to get really comfortable in our environments, and those environments are largely separated and segregated from people who are not like us. And so part of the goal of this program, both for Ithaca College students and for UE students, is to break those boundaries, break out of those bubbles, and realize that there's a world beyond their experience that opens up a whole host of other opportunities.
I mean, I think the exposure is really important for kids. I think college is this, they have this sort of nebulous idea about, what college is and what it looks like. And, stepping foot on a campus makes it tangible. It gives them a level of access that I think they wouldn't have otherwise. And I think having, a personal relationship with someone that they look up to and respect, I think makes them think that they can do it too, which is extremely important.
The distance mentoring part is a year-long process, and it starts with an initial meeting where students from IC go to Brooklyn and meet their mentees and start to get to know them. That meeting is extremely important, and so what I tell students who are entering the program is that you absolutely have to be there. And past mentors will tell you who have missed that initial meeting, it sets the tone for the rest of the semester, or the rest of the year, and really the relationship. And so there's that initial meeting, and then we come back and having now knowing who your mentee is. The primary form of communication is going to be over email, and those are mostly in response to structured prompts about a whole variety of different topics. And the idea there is, and this speaks to the mission of the overall program, is for our students at Ithaca College to provide an example of what college level writing is.
We're trying to mold scholars, and that's one of the main focuses of this, because they have to be able to see that cutting class and not completing your work, that's not going to get you to a university.
And are you guys having a good weekend so far?
Yes.
Cool. And are you having a good time this weekend?
Yes.
That Ithaca is very, very different from Bed-Stuy, and for some of them, this is the only place that they've been outside of Brooklyn. And so to let them see that there are other places to go, and other ways of living, and even other ways people speak and other types of conversations that folks have with one another. I think that it's just I think it's powerful.
Well, I liked it because we get to meet new people, and we get in touch with some programs in college and the opportunities we have if we enter college one day.
I like that they're uncomfortable when they get here, because they have to negotiate that and try to figure out what about this place is different from where I'm coming from, and what about that do I like or don't like and would like to experience again. And that's important.
I can definitely say this has been my favorite course that I have ever taken.
This program is amazing. I think I definitely learned a lot more about myself than I expected.
It's the most hands-on class that I've ever taken anywhere, most experiential. I mean, I don't even think of it as a class at all. Even when we are meeting as a class, it's all to better the program. I mean, it's completely untraditional, which I love.
I like to say that the program is about building bridges and it's about breaking boundaries, you know, both ways, and which makes the program unique.
I've learned a lot about the New York City school system I didn't know before, a lot about what factors are holding people back in areas like that.
I think it definitely goes both ways. I don't know, I honestly feel like we as mentors probably get a little bit more out of it than the mentees do.
Difficult but challenging the way you think, challenging your perspective, how you view the world, how the world affects you, how it affects other people, and it opens your eyes to so many things.
Definitely learning a lot, even though I'm from outside the city. I didn't know any of what they actually have to go through, and going through some of the emails, it's challenging and difficult, but you learn, and it's actually shocking when you do find out about stuff, but it's pretty cool though.
It's not just you're giving to somebody else, but I feel like you'll receive something in return from this program.
I would say expect to get frustrated, you know, by all sorts of aspects of the program. Expect to struggle through some things that you probably didn't, you know, want to. But also expect to, you know, have moments that are just absolutely amazing where people come together and, you know, and folks come out of their shells in all sorts of ways that you just would have never ever expected. Things you don't expect from yourself that all of a sudden you're doing and taking leadership, and, you know, folks are stepping up in ways that they didn't know that they could, and being creative to solutions, in suggesting solutions to problems we couldn't have anticipated. So, you know, we plan as much as we can, and then we're creative and flexible, and, you know, that's sort of the motto a lot of the times.
Hey!